Hello, Algebra 1. So, we've got another factoring video today. This one, it's just going to be a couple examples actually, and a couple for you to try on your own. And they're just a little bit more challenging ones in terms of maybe a little bit bigger numbers or just a little bit more work potentially to get the guessing and checking. Okay, as always, our first check is it in standard form? So take a look at problem 1A here on the left. It is in standard form, and there is no GCF. 6, 5, and 14. Remember, you check all the numbers. 6, 5, 14. So there's no GCF, so I can go ahead and start with my parentheses. And remember, I also want to check the out and the in. Right? And I'm trying to get those to add up to 5x. So with my parentheses here, I need to multiply to 6x squared with the first part of the parentheses should multiply to 6x squared. So I'm going to start with 2x and 3x. I know those multiply to 6x squared. Okay. I also need to get to 14. Make my list for 14. 1 and 14 or 2 and 7. Okay. So I like to start with the ones that are closer together, like 2 and 7. So one thing a little hint here is if I were to start with 2 and 7, 2 on the left, 7 on the right, what I want you to notice is look at the left parenthesis. We actually just created a GCF, 2x and 2. That would be a greatest common factor, but we already know there's no GCF in the original, so I cannot put the 2 there. 100% cannot put the 2 there, so I know this is wrong. So I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to erase that 2 and the 7. I'm going to switch their spots. I'll put the 7 here and the 2 there. And now I check the outsides. Let me get a different color. I check the outsides and I get 4x. I check the insides, I get 21x. There's no way to combine those to get 5x that I need, so this is wrong. Okay, maybe I switch the order here, and we go with 2x. Well, I already tried switching the order, so maybe I need to try the different numbers. Okay, so 14 and 1. 2x and 3x. 14 and 1, I cannot put 14 on the left here because that would give me a GCF. Okay, so I know on the left I got to put 1, on the right I got to put 14. Check the outs and the ins. Outside I get, let's see, that's what, 28x. Inside I'd get 3x. If I add those or subtract those, no way I'm getting 5x. Okay, so this doesn't work. So 1 and 14 didn't work, 2 and 7 didn't work. That must mean I need to get to 6x squared differently. So I could do 6x and 1x. So let's try that. 6x and 1x. Same thing, start with 2 and 7. But I can't put the 2 with the 6x because that would be a GCF. So I could put the 7 there and the 2 there. Let's see what happens with my outs and ins. So here I get outside 12x, inside 7x. Ooh, I could subtract those and get 5x. So that means it's got to be positive 12x and minus 7x. So the 6 times 2, the outside should be positive, and then the 7 times x should be minus. So there's my final answer. Let's rewrite it. 6x minus 7 and x plus 2. And, if you double check, the minus 7 times 2 gives me negative 14. Okay, so now what I want you to do is pause the video and try out 1b on your own. So copy it down, 8x squared minus 2x minus 15. It's kind of similar to problem 1a. Try it out and then unpause it and check your answer. All right, after some guessing and checking, hopefully you came up with 4x plus 5 and 2x minus 3. And if you look at this, we get minus 12x on the outside, and we get plus 10x on the inside, which gives me negative 2x, which is what I wanted. Okay, let's do another one here. Here, same idea, we're going to do one together, and then you guys are going to try one. For 2a on the left, we check is it standard form? It is. This one does have a GCF. Okay, if I look, they're all even numbers. I can divide everything by 2, But because there's that negative leading coefficient, I actually want to factor out the negative 2. Anytime the leading coefficient's negative, you should factor out a negative number. So I'm going to factor out negative 2, and then what's left over would be positive 3x squared, just divide everything by negative 2, minus 13x, and plus 10. Positive 3x squared minus 13x plus 10. Okay, so now I can go ahead and do my 2 sets of parentheses and check my out and in. Remember, I'm trying to factor this inside part now, so I kind of ignore the initial problem, like we're done thinking about that for now. Okay, so I'm trying to get to 10 and to 3x squared. So 10 would be 1 and 10, or 2 and 5. To get to 3x squared, that's kind of nice because I can just do 3x and x, and then 1 and 10 maybe I start with, or 2 and 5. Either way, I'll start with 1 and 10 with the 3x there and there. Let's see, my outside would be 30x. My inside would be 1x. I'm trying to get to 13, negative 13. I can't do that. Well, let's switch their spots. So try it again here. Negative 2, 3x, and x. And I put the 10 here with the 3x and the 1 there. Let's see. Now I check the outsides. I get 3x. And the inside I get 10x. Ooh, those could get me 13 if I add them together. But I want it to be negative 13, so I would go negative 3 and negative 10. So I just need to make both negative, right? And if I double check that, negative 10 times negative 1 gives me the positive 10 at the end that I need. Okay, so there's my answer. Let's write it out a little nicer here. Final answer, negative 2. Remember that negative 2 stays with it the whole time. 3x minus 10 and x minus 1. Okay. So you guys pause this one, pause it, try to be on the right. It's a very similar problem. There's something you got to factor out, and try to get the final answer to be the same as what you'll see in a second. All right, after you go through it all, you should end up with negative 3 times 5x plus 1 times x plus 2. Don't forget, these are interchangeable, so you could switch those. It could be x plus 2 first. All right, that's all. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're getting all your classwork done, and see you next time.